The Sun Temple and True Sun God are some of the most powerful towers in the game, but to make them super strong, you need to sacrifice other monkeys. But what these sacrifices accomplish is what we're going to uncover today. To start, there are 4 types of balloons you can sacrifice: primary, military, magic, and support. And each of these types grant different buffs to the Sun Temples when sacrificed, and the level of buff changes based on the value of monkeys sacrificed. These buffs max out when you sacrifice more than $50,000 of each monkey type, and you should always be maxing out these buffs, so that is what we're going to be focusing on today. Starting with the Sun Temple, this upgrade costs $100,000 on medium and sacrifices all monkeys inside its range, but it can only accept 3 of the most expensive categories sacrificed to it. Typically, people focus primary, military, and magic buffs when going for a VTSG, but support Sun Temples are very good too. But let's jump into the buffs each tower type provides. If you sacrifice more than $50,000 of primary monkeys, the Sun Temple will receive plus 20 Pierce, plus 67% attack speed, and plus 5 damage to its main attack, and it will shoot 8 golden blades every 1.5 seconds and shoot a golden glaive every half second. If you sacrifice more than $50,000 of military monkeys, the Sun Temple will receive plus 75% larger projectile size, plus 70% projectile speed, and plus 15 pierce to all attacks. And it will also shoot a missile every 1 second that has infinite range, and gains 2 golden specters that shoot darts and bombs every 0.15 seconds. If you sacrifice more than $50,000 of magic monkeys, the Sun Temple will start shooting 6 homing magic shots every 2 seconds. It'll gain a 20% chance to distract Bloons with its main attack. It will pulse every 5 seconds that can knock back Bloons up to Hbombs, and it will start spawning mini Sun avatars. If you sacrifice $50,000 of support monkeys, the Sun Temple will get plus 5 range to the base temple, a 20% discount to all base cost and upgrades of towers in its range, plus 2 damage, 20% attack speed bonus, plus 3 pierce, and 20% range for all towers in its range. It'll grant you $5,000 at the end of each round, and plus 50% more cash from Bloons popped within the range of the temple. Like I said earlier, people normally choose to sacrifice 50k worth of primary, military, and magic monkeys to Sun Temples to maximize their damage output. But moving on to the True Sun God, this guy can take another round of sacrifices, but he can accept all 4 types of monkeys. So to max out a True Sun God, you'll want to sacrifice more than 50k worth of every monkey type on top of maxing out the previous Sun Temple, as these buffs will stack. Now, the buffs for each category of the True Sun God are basically the same as the Sun Temple, but they have even better numbers. Because of this, I'm just going to throw them on screen and not read them off, but the important thing is that these buffs will stack with the Sun Temples. And the best True Sun God will have 2 buffs in primary, military, and magic, and 1 buff in support. And if you have the monkey knowledge, you can choose to make this guy a VTSG by having an anti-balloon and dark champion outside its range when upgrading. But one final thing you'll want to do after getting your maxed out Sun God is to get a support Sun Temple to buff it. Just be careful not to eat your Sun God with this new temple.